Hello everyone, welcome to the Majestix Heroclix Podcast. If you like our content, please like and subscribe, it really helps us out. If you're interested in learning more about the Bronze Age format and the Majestix Open Series, please check out openseries.majestixccg.com. Also, if you want to learn about Heroclix strategies, tactics, and lists from the game's top players, please visit majestixccg.com/apex-insiders. Lastly, if you're looking for Heroclix singles, please visit our eBay stores at stores.ebay.com/MajestixHeroclix and stores.ebay.com/ClicksCollective. All the links for everything I just talked about is below in the description. And again, my name is Jeff, and as always, I'm joined by Patrick Booth.
Heyo!
And Clay Wood.
Cheers!
Cilantro mates. It has been an enjoyable day of beverages. I will tell you that, my friends.
Official last day of school, is that right, Jeff?
No, I have like 2 more days.
Oh,
You have 2 more freaking days? We were done yesterday.
No. So I'm moving classrooms next year. So I'm in the process of emptying out my classroom that I'm in, purging things from teachers like 10, 15 years ago. Mind you, whatever. The school got a big ass dumpster, dude. So I probably filled at least a quarter of this dumpster with stuff between my classroom and my wife's classroom. Dude, yeah, I've taken 13,000 steps yesterday and like 16,000 steps today.
well, you should sober up by the time school ends then.
At least comes back into session.
Dude, tomorrow's like field day, so we're big chilling. Like, I don't see students the rest of the week. I'm good.
You guys get out so early. I think my kids have 3 more weeks.
Because we start like at the beginning of August, dude.
So do we.
No, do you have
We
ski
start in
week?
the middle of August.
Okay, so we start like mid-August, like in the either late regular numbers, like 8, 9, 10, or early teens.
Yeah, it's usually like the 12th or the 13th.
Do you have a ski week?
A what?
Ski week.
What is ski week?
Okay, so no. Are you year-round?
It almost feels like it. No, I think it's because my theory is, so we go late and we start early every year. They give us,
Sure.
we get 3 weeks for Christmas, which sucks because honestly, like it's who wants an extra week at the worst, coldest time of the year?
Yeah.
They just give us all sorts of random extra crap. Like Thanksgiving is a week off. We get Jewish like high holidays.
Oh, okay, so we don't get the Jewish holidays, but we get a week for Thanksgiving. Now, that's pretty normal.
But yeah, I think honestly, I mean, you know, personal opinion is that they do it because there's too many working parents in LA and it's basically babysitting. So
you understand the public education system.
But it's also like feeding kids too, right? Like there's so many kids that are in poverty. Like school is how they eat, which sucks to say, but that's kind of
I was just going to say, like, number of my students say, man, I only eat lunch.
Yeah.
You know, do you know why they only eat lunch? That's when they're at school.
Yep, that's right.
Sucks. You know? I do what I can.
That's why I think that's what it is, you know.
But I will say there is good programs, at least in California, where like they can go and get meals for the weeks that they're off.
Mm-hmm. They have that out here too in Vegas.
Okay,
they just
nice.
go to the school and pick them up.
Like
anyways, this is not a political podcast or a social services podcast. This is a Heroclix podcast.
Yeah.
I'm just letting you guys know what I do for a living outside of Heroclix in the real world. I appreciate you listening, but I just wanted to start off this Heroclix podcast with congratulating HC Units Wood for winning the Phoenix Classic, which is the most recent modern event that I've seen. Or no, was the Texas one modern or no?
The Texas one
had a lot better prizes. Oh,
I think it was a super sealed. So it was like you buy 3 boosters and you build a 300-point team. They had 54 players, but yes, so modern but not not
Okay, so no, that was sealed. No, tomato, not. It's
totally, yeah.
It's orange and grapefruits, or no,
Yep.
orange and
Yep.
grapes. So very different. Yes, you are the most recent modern champion here in the United States. Just wanted to point that out, Clay.
All right, well, thank you. I'm
so,
sure it'll be short-lived.
If I remember, we talked last time about the Kong team briefly, and I said, "Hey, I haven't found anything to beat the Kong team." So, what was your experience? You changed it a little bit. You changed the Blue Lantern ring on Blackheart, which gives the +1 attack for when he carries his Blackheart around to Quake, which is cute. But you took that away and you gave the Steel Energy poison emit to the second to Kong.
Yeah. There were a couple. So, and then the other thing that I changed out is because of that, I pulled off the Pulse Wave tarot card and put on the Poison tarot card.
That's fair.
Because I figured, maybe if I can like mass poison people with Kong and Ghost Rider has poison, then that's a little safer for me than flipping that tarot card and then getting Pulse Wave for 2 damage to my whole team. So
that would be fun.
No, like that makes sense because like the square footage of Kong is significantly bigger than most figures, along with the Ghost Rider, who's a 1x2. So
and
6 squares.
Nothing on my team cares about poison. So like I don't care if the other team gets to move in poison.
So like you look at it, you have 6 squares to poison from 2 free actions.
Yeah,
that's a lot.
Now, did I actually use that? No, and I actually screwed up a major one of my games. I almost lost because I did not use the poison after I moved.
You built that up and then you just crushed me, Clay. Why would you do that?
So often, more often than not, it was really just kind of a no-op. It didn't turn out to be anything.
Okay.
The Steel Energy gives Kong more resilience. It allows him to like heal up, which does play an important part at times in the game. And it also it gives you the option of playing Chthon on him. And Jeff, I think you were saying before we started recording that you played Chthon on Kong most of the time. Yeah. I almost never did. I'm not sure I did at all, but I had that option if I wanted to. Like if I knew that I was going to be on a small map.
Yeah.
And I get to go first, then I would consider doing it. It never really worked out though.
So like personally, I only played on small maps. What did you like? And what did you play on? Were you big mapping it?
Most of the time, my go-to map is Morlock Tunnels.
Interesting. Okay.
Because it gives me some defense, and it gives me the ability to just ramp up Amit's tomb really quickly. Okay. Now that's not. Now there were definitely a few matches that I did pick a small map though.
Yeah.
And that's where in the case of if I want to get to the opponent really quickly, that's what that's the thing to do. So
see, I love it because you play the team so different than I did.
I think I'd probably play it very different. But
you play completely different. You play more reserved, defensive, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna move up a little bit. You gotta hit me. If you're gonna hit me, cool. If not, I'm gonna fuck you up because I'm gonna get you next turn. So, okay, I like interesting.
I learned. So I played this team or close to this team for the first time about a month ago, and honestly, the team that
when Andrew won, right?
Was built by Andrew Young, yeah. So
So how did he play it? Was he more conservative?
He played it much more reserved, and so I watched him play it when he won the Atomic Comics Championship.
Yeah.
I kind of mimicked some of the stuff that he was doing.
So he was more reserved, just kind of slow building. Interesting, because that team is so aggressive.
It totally can be, but if you have Amit's tomb and your opponent doesn't, overextending is not gonna do you any favors. And in fact, we should talk. We'll talk about what happened with Patrick and myself, because I think that's actually a really key example of overextending will cause you to lose, and you have the time to you have something to do. that's going to give you a massive advantage if you don't overextend and just ramp. And it's only going to take you 2 turns to ramp up Amit's Tomb.
Yeah.
And so, now you're in a big advantage at that point, right? Because anything you kill, you get 10 extra points. You get to heal whenever you kill something, and you're doing just massive amounts of extra damage. So, being patient definitely helps, and that was definitely a lesson I learned.
Okay. Okay.
One of the other things that I think that did
a lot of your games go to time?
Yeah, I
Really?
play too slow. I need to play faster.
I'm not gonna agree with you on that.
I don't think very many people will argue with you.
Sorry, I know I'm too slow.
It doesn't mean we don't love you any less.
Yeah. I'm just not gonna disagree with you.
I second guess myself too much. So if I play, and the more I play a team, the better I get at it. But
gotta trust your gut, Clay.
Yeah, I know.
Clay, you're a smart guy. You're very bright. Like, what's supposed to happen. Go with it, right? And then things start flowing. You can do it.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm giving you shit. You won, dude. I got nothing to say.
There are decisions that I don't want to regret. So, but yes, I think it's just an example of the more you play a team, the better you get at it, and the more decisive you become, and and honestly, 100%. I think that kind of help happen throughout a lot of the day too.
Like, it's got to be muscle memory, right? Like, you just got to be with it. You got to be going. All right. So
I hadn't played Mern too, and so there were, I think not knowing, there's always new stuff out there, and so.
All right. So walk me through. So how many rounds of Swiss was this event? 4 rounds. Cool.
4 rounds, a cut to top 8.
That seems right. Seems about right. Tell me about your first round, Claywood. Go.
Yeah. So, oh gosh, I should have written this all down. My first round was actually a mirror match. It was another double Kong team.
Okay. Who was playing that? I saw that team. Unprepared heathen I am. I apologize. I was looking at the team. Who was it?
Sean, right? I think it was Sean.
Yes, Sean Council. Thank you. Thank you.
And I think this was one of the first times, or this is another example of like where our teams were almost exactly the same, but we played them very, very differently.
So, question, real fast, on hcunits.net under the tournaments, 1 through 8 obviously is in order. After 1 through 8, is it accurate to 9 through?
No. It's all just everybody else, because I didn't go so far as to order it all.
Okay, I just was curious because I wasn't sure, because I know sometimes you just kind of filled it in. I wasn't sure if that was the case here. So everyone, 1 through 8 is what it is. Everyone else played in the tournament. We'll just say that.
Yeah.
Go ahead. You played
Sean wanted to play it much more aggressively, and honestly, it's and so if you look at his tarot deck, that's actually the while the main force is the same, the tarot deck was very different.
No, his main force is different. He didn't have the gods. He went motorcycle and Ghost Rider.
Yes.
So
but if you look at like just the units,
yeah.
Ghost Rider, Blackheart, Kong, Scott Porter's same.
But not having Conchu's not having Conchu's prob on Kong it's a different team. Like, it does not play the same. I've been hands down the sword I'll die on.
But I actually think what hurt him more is his tarot cards. They, like, the star hurt him and helped me a ton. And
charge.
He didn't have Amit's Tomb, so I was able to kind of like bide my time.
Oh yeah, dude. No, you just had the better of the match. Well, his search of Amit's Tomb was on his sideline.
Oh gosh, I don't remember. For some reason I thought he didn't have it, but maybe
he forgot to use it.
I'm not.
I mean, I know there's a lot of people that were.
I'm only looking at your at the site.
No, you're totally right. It is there. For some reason, I guess I remember him not having it, but maybe it's somebody else.
Like, he's got the wrong. He didn't have the pilot you had.
Here's what happened.
So you didn't have the extra perplex.
here's what happened on it. I won map roll, and I made him go, and I made him pick map. He doesn't have a long map.
Yeah,
that was it.
Yeah.
Sorry, it was a long day. First match is hard to remember, but that was exactly.
No stress.
I went, so I chose to go first. He didn't have anything but a short map.
Yeah, so you're like pass.
So I'm like, ramp Almet's Tomb to 4 on turn 1, and then, quake his entire team. He did a good job of blocking me off, but I was able to kill now I'm remembering. I was able to kill a Kong on turn 1.
Okay.
And, that put him down.
So he broke first turn immunity then.
Sorry, turn 2.
Yeah. So he came out, right?
He came out on his turn 1 because he came out repositioned. And he did a good job of body blocking his porters. I couldn't get to them. I just went all in on killing a Kong and was able to succeed. And, and that's a pretty tough thing to come back from, right?
No, for sure.
But he, one of the things that I think he had mentioned that he didn't realize you could do is when you're ramping Amit's Tomb, you can just quake. And it pops out blocking that you can then quake again and destroy and pop out another blocking. So you can just keep generating your own blocking, destroying it, and ramping Amit's Tomb that way.
Seems legit. That's fair.
The other thing, and now that I remember, he messed up and he popped out a stop sign.
Ooh, rookie move, man. Because you know what?
He gave
one more character.
Keep quaking and generating your own blocking, and so he popped out a stop sign to try to ramp Amit's Tomb, and that put me down on units, and then gave me a lot of attacks. It's coming back to me now.
Dude, you're good.
And but I think it was one of those things where I'd played this team a little bit more. Like I said, playing this really, really poorly about a month ago and watching Andrew, who was really good at this play, gave me an advantage. And that was kind of it.
There you go, dude. All right. Mr. Booth, tell us about your first round, sir.
I'm pretty sure I had the hardest matchups all day. So I started with Mr. Richard Medina, I believe is his last name.
Dude, all right. And no one's going to say nothing against Richard because he played a 250-point game in a 300-point format and made top 4. So fuck you all. Richard's top G.
Everyone keeps saying that shit to him. I was like, dude, he's like, I didn't play 250 today. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm like, I'm not from Cali, so
yeah.
Whatever, man.
All I have to say is Richard's top G.
So we rolled, and he wanted to pick Matt, and he was playing Ghost Rider, Kong, MOE, supports to go with that. I think it was like Porters and a Blackheart.
Yeah, right? He was playing the triple Kong version, but his 80 points instead of the Genesis APOC, it was the MOE chases.
Yeah.
Did he have Surfer? No. Did he have double Kong Surfer?
No, one Kong, Ghost Rider, and an MOE was his attack force. And he rolled. He beat me on roll, and he goes.
We have Blackheart too. Don't forget about Blackheart.
That's what I did say.
Blackheart's an attacker. He only had one porter. Sad bear.
Yeah, he had the important porter. All right.
Yeah.
So he wins map roll.
Rolls are great.
He wins, and he goes, I want to pick map. And I go, okay. I'm assuming he's putting me on like a small map or something crazy like that, right? Nope. He goes, I want to put you on Warlock Tunnels. And I went, I'm like, are you sure? I have Mern, right? Do you know what he does? He goes, yeah, I know what he does. Don't care. Okay, Richard. Cool.
That is such a Richard answer. Such a Richard answer. I don't care, man. I got this.
So I went, okay. I'm going first. I know that my Blackheart can port right into that little holding area, like right in front of the starting zone, to give me like an extra 4 or 5 squares upward. And I say, I don't need first turn immunity. Fuck it. Let's go up. And I port everyone up, and I make it so that Richard can only attack either the Kong, right?
Yeah.
Or Porter and Genesis. If he comes in and breaks the wall in front of me, he's only getting one or the other, right?
Yeah.
If he wants to get both, he's gonna have to pull off some weird stunt that I didn't see, right? But I made sure Mern, if everyone doesn't know what Mern, one of his abilities is, if you're within sight his range, you can't positively modify your combat values. Mern's range was at the line where he would have to break the wall and actually attack from. So I went, okay, cool. Let's see what happens.
Modify to break the wall.
Right. So he goes, yeah, let's do this. Goes out, quakes with Kong to break the walls next to it to get the line of fire on the Kong. Apparently, he also managed to squeeze in line of fire, I think, with my Carnage Silver Surfer somehow. And my Blackheart, like, he chose to go the harder way around to get them. I went, okay, sure, do that. Right. And I was like, you have to hit a 22, a 19, and I think it was an 18 for Blackheart. He turned one of his guys, I think it was a wild card. I think it was Ghost Rider or somebody that had Masters, and he put it up there. He's like, I'm gonna reduce the defense. I'm like, cool, man. You went after my attack unit. You're not gonna get everyone. Not with 3 damage, right? He swings. He misses everyone other than Blackheart. And I'm like, but Blackheart has already done his job by this point. And I have nothing on Blackheart. He's just 50 points. And I go, my turn? Right? So he puts his Ghost Rider up there he's like, you can't turn off my stuff. I have Iron Inquisitor next to my guys, so I'm going to absorb all the damage. And I went, cool, bro, that's nice. And I Carnage Surfered him with arrows. And I don't think he knew what arrows did, because I hypersonic speed past his guys, and I went acid arrow on Kong. You take 1, dump all the damage into your Blackheart. Dead Blackheart, right? Now I get a second shot. I'm going to target your Scott, and I'm going to target your Kong. Bam, hit again. 1 damage to Kong. Kill your Scott, right? I'm going to drop the Quake arrow now next to your Kong. Roll for Quake. Cool. Another damage to your Kong. Throw some damage around, didn't do anything because it only does 2 damage. But what am I doing? I'm chipping away at Kong every time I'm rolling these dice with just 1 action. And then Kong goes, I'm going to multi-target with everyone. What? Yeah, I have 3 lightning bolts. Oh, target the 3 of them. Punch. Kong takes 1. Kong's dead. And I'm going to throw the rest of it into your MOE. MOE takes more damage. Great. Genesis charges, flurries. There goes now Iron Inquisitor, right? You have a Ghost Rider left, and I've used 3 of my 4 actions. Well, conveniently, who do I have left? I have a Blackheart. I have a Mern. I don't remember which one attacked and just kind of poked his guy. Then the next round goes, and he tries to attack, but it's just like he wasn't. He was like he was already defeated at this point, and I'm like, oh, okay. He's like, I'm done. And I go, cool. Carnage Surfer goes again. Let's kill Ghost Rider. Done. He goes, I scoop. I was like, okay.
Sad Bear Richard is not a fun Richard.
Because the thing is, like, he was just like, well, let me read Mern like after my first turn, and he goes, oh. I'm like, dude, I asked you if you wanted to be on this map. Well, I guess I should have read this. Yeah, probably would have been a good idea.
Richard is one of those, I'm going to learn by my faults and errors instead of you warning me.
He would not make
it fair. Mern is like brand new, right? Like on the cusp of being legal.
Richard will learn by getting punched in the face.
Well, I will empathize with Richard because that's how I learned too. So
and dude, some people learn that way. Like, dude, I love Richard. I told you, Richard's top G. He played 250 points in a 300-point format and made top 4. And no one can fuck with Richard. But again, he won't read cards.
Correct. And usually when I say it this way,
and I
it's
was trying to be
rare.
nice about it, but like, and dude, for Brandon, oh my God, Brandon, I would drill. Why would he lose? Because this fucker would not read cards. I'm like, that is your fault.
Mm-hmm.
That is 100% your fault. You choose not to accept the open knowledge that is on the table for you to navigate correctly. You deserve to lose.
And I don't mean to toot my own horn here, but toot, motherfuckers. When your opponent says, you sure you want to do that? Do you want to read this card? Like, take the clue, man.
Dude, it's not a Jedi mind trick. They're legitimately trying to help you.
Yeah, because I feel like most of the people that were there that week, that last weekend, were really generally nice, awesome HeroClix people that wanted to have a good time and wanted to make it fair for everyone.
Because you know why? You know? I've got a Nick that way. I'm like, hey Nick, are you sure you don't want to read everything? You're good? He's like, I'm great, man. I'm good. Okay.
I agree, Patrick. Like the people who were at the tournament were super nice. It was like very, very friendly. It was a wonderful group of people.
And dude, no, I appreciate you saying that, because I had a new guy come into the store just like last week, and he's like, oh, we play at home with our friends. Like we're determined to play once a week, but I've been trying to get them to come down. They're just not sure. And I was like, dude, everyone is so nice. Like, even if they're going to kick your ass, they're going to be nice about it, because they're going to explain to you how they're doing it and why they're doing it. Like, they're not just going to roll you over and be like, next. Like, this
isn't Memphis.
Dude, no. Even in Memphis, the whole HeroClix community as a whole is probably one of the most polite and cordial groups of gamers there is out there.
With some notable exceptions. I'm going to say that much.
No. The bell curve is a real thing. There's always outliers. There's always outliers. There's assholes everywhere, right?
There are.
But I also think, like, one of the things that is great is everybody's really open-minded and willing to learn. Like, they're like, oh, I kind of messed this up. Tell me, you're playing the team differently. Tell me what you're doing that I'm not doing.
No, that makes like total, that perspective and mentality. It's a completely different lifestyle.
Yes.
Like, no, like it's literally, it is a different lifestyle to be able to be open-minded and to accept criticism, to accept change, to accept, oh, I can do this differently. Like, it's philosophy tough. Lesson 101.
It's tough to like lose a game. You're like pissed off and disappointed, and then to have an open mind and be like, look, this is a learning experience. It sucks to have that happen, but to walk away with some little bit of wisdom as to how to better play the game is like a gift.
Mm-hmm.
And it's hard to have that mentality. But everybody at this tournament did. It was really awesome.
So everyone, like, to the losing thing, right? Like, everyone has their breaking point. Like, if you lose 30 games at HeroClix in a row, are you going to come back and play again?
It's going to be rough. It's going to be hard to come back and do that one.
Right? No, like, if you're constantly losing, like, everyone has their breaking point of losing. I'm gonna call Jose out, like, specifically during pandemic. Like, he would always be trying new teams. He'd always be working new things, but necessarily wouldn't work for him. Dude, he would grind it out. Same thing with Craig Landers. Like, he likes to play those funky one-off teams. He grinds it out. He may lose every single he may go 0 whatever every single tournament, but both of those gentlemen will come back and keep trying, right? But you get the guy that goes 1-3, and he's like, oh, fuck this game, that's just weak, right?
Mentality. Like, is it, or is it your mentality?
No, dude, mentality, right? It's
the real thing.
I'll bring back to what I do for a living, but I deal with this shit all the time with kids and with parents. Mentality makes a world of difference in the world of education.
It's tough. I mean, nobody shows up to just lose, and so.
No.
Sometimes you have to pick the format. I don't think that jumping into, modern constructed it takes a while. My recommendation is always like start with sealed, play sealed.
Sealed and pulp. Sealed and pulp.
Even Pulp is really competitive though.
But it's cheap. It's cheap.
So it's funny you say that because like I'm gonna go on off a tangent. I'm gonna circle back to when I played. Did you guys play other competitive games besides Heroclix?
Yep.
So like I used to play competitive Magic like back in the day. Type 1, Type 2. That lets you know how long ago. That lets you know how long ago I played Magic, right? And I would show up to Type 2 fucking competitive, and I would expect to win because like I would tune my deck every week. Like I wanted to win. But I see people show up to Heroclix every week. And they're like 1-3, 1-4 with a bye, or like 0-3, 0-4 with no bye, and they keep showing up every week. So, what is your perspective on their mentality? I know I went off on a tangent in the middle of your round 1 explanations of what was happening, but what's your view on those mentalities?
Some people probably chalk it up to luck, right?
100%.
Let's look at it this way, right?
The dice are always a problem.
Compared to card games, I've been having this conversation with a couple other people because I plan on getting to a dead card game that's getting resurrected, which I'm super psyched for.
I was gonna say card games. You live in Vegas, like everything's a card game.
Right. And the thing that I was telling people is that card games are the type of game where it's like I got one card, I automatically won the game, right? Most of us know what Yu-Gi-Oh is. We've probably all watched the cartoon show once or twice, right?
Yu-Gi-Oh!
And it's just like heart of the cards, motherfucker. Bam, I won, right?
Dude, 100% heart of the cards. I play Magic.
You can't do that in Heroclix. So there's a little bit of, statistical bias here that people will have where they go, well, the dice kind of fucked me. It's okay, right? And they go, it wasn't anything out of my department. Like when we talk about one of the games that I played with Clay, right? Okay, cool, right? We had a really good game. I don't think either of us made a real big mistake there. We sure probably made something small here or there. Big deal. But it comes down to dice at a point. And with that, we'll call it buffer, right?
Right. So like I 100% agree with you. As I made this comment the other day when I was playing a game, is I made all the right plays, but the dice failed me.
Yeah, look, I think the difference is, it is a dice game. You have to play the odds, but that means you have to know the odds.
Correct.
You can't sit there and be like, I keep rolling dice and I need a 10 or higher. Why am I missing everything?
Okay.
You have to understand that like your chance of rolling a 10 and higher is actually only 1 in 6. So
it's not good. It's like what, 16%?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, now if you need a 6 or higher and you miss everything, you have a much better case for your dice.
It's 73%, I believe it is, for 6 or higher.
All right. So my philosophy is 5s are okay, 6s are scary, 7s are like I better have some probs on this shit.
Yeah.
Like, dude, like 5. Okay, 5. If I get to 5, okay, I'm okay. 6s,
if you need a 10
like,
or higher, it might as well be a 0% chance.
Yeah.
But no, like
you're Babe Ruth in it.
But dude, these players will come in and be like, "Oh, I need 8s. I need 10s. I got that," and they'll hit it. And they're just, like you said, they're so lucky, right? So, statistically speaking, from mathematical standpoint, they should be failing, but because luck is on their side, they've been rewarded for their bad decisions. They've been positive. Patrick, they've been positively reinforced for their bad decisions, so they continue to make them.
Yes. Yeah.
You like how I brought that all around to everyone here?
They're not going to win tournaments. They might win a game here or there because it's going to be.
They'll get top 8 because they're lucky.
Mm-hmm.
And they right place, right time, right?
Yes.
But
maybe not consistently in the same way that like even the consistent people don't always make top 8. Sometimes they have bad luck, right? Goes both ways.
Dude, yeah. I've not made top 8. It happens. Sorry, guys.
Well, we're not perfect.
Like I said, I played a horrible game a month ago at Atomic, and same team, and I walked away going, "This team is great. This team is amazing." I played it horrible. And
I'm sorry I didn't call you last week, Clay, because I know I wanted to talk to you about it. But I'm like, it's interesting to hear how you play the team because, like, dude, I've been so aggressive with it. And I'm just like, let's just get it done with, because that's my play style. Like, I'm gonna go.
You know what? I think what I've realized is I lose when I overextend, and so it's about knowing when to go. If it's the right time, go. If it's not, don't.
No,
100%. And like, dude, overextending can be moving out Blackheart 3 squares, and underextending can be moving Blackheart 2 squares. Like, it's that fine line of just moving out just enough so that they can't get to you, and you can get to them next turn. Well, and if they do get to you, they have like 10s on 22s, 11s on 22s. Okay, you got to hit 9s through 2-3 probs. Like, that's not fun.
I mean, the team can get all the way across the map, yes, but only at most 4 characters can get across the map.
Yeah,
you're leaving half your team behind.
Well, if you have a 6-figure team, that's 2/3. But okay.
Okay, sorry, yeah. But I for me it's half the team, because most of the time I'm carrying a traffic barrel.
Okay.
And so then that becomes it sucks to leave half your team behind. But we should keep talking about the tournament, because I think we'll illustrate this.
Back to it. Round 2, Clay. Yeah. Go ahead. Round 2.
So round 2, I played Jonathan Murray. Here's where I was confused. So Jonathan did not have Amit's Tomb. Sean did not have a prime. So Sean did not have like Absorbing Man. So I was able to ramp up Absorbing Man, and he comes in, and now I'm also up later in the game. But back to Jonathan. So Jonathan, apparently, I guess looking at his team, he doesn't have a prime either. Doesn't have Amit's Tomb. I would think I believe, if I remember correctly, I went to Morlock Tunnels. I was ramping it up, and and so he came over with Ms. Marvel. I think he made a decision that I thought was questionable. He chose not to flurry with Ms. Marvel, and instead made a second attack with something. But so that my philosophy is like, don't, just because they're there, don't attack them. I'm going to use my Blackheart to warp past them and start pounding on Scott Porter's. Focus on killing the support, because that makes it so much harder to come back. He was able to come back. I think he killed one of my Porters and Blackheart, but I was able to take out more of his stuff, and then
See, he's got that nice 6-figure team there.
Yeah, and see, Warlock doesn't do anything to help against,
because Kong. He doesn't have Genesis or APOC.
Yeah, I mean, if he wasn't fighting Kongs, it would. Yeah, it's a totally reasonable choice.
Well, that's like that's the meta move, is the Kongs.
But I thought it was interesting, going with the Ms. Marvel route instead of Kong. She's a great piece. Gave Avengers team ability. Unfortunately, gives me Avengers team ability.
So he go? What did he choose? Charge +2 super senses.
I think that's right. Yeah.
Because then she has shape change senses, but Kong says, "Fuck your shape change."
He also didn't have a Sinestro ring. I think he couldn't find it, or he wasn't able to get one, and so and honestly, the Perplex is better than the Green Lantern ring.
100%.
So there was just, I had some advantages.
So this is like a pseudo double Kong team, but with Miss Marvel instead of the God and something else.
Look, Marvel's great, I said, but the problem is Ms. Marvel also gives my team Avengers too, right?
So
dude, that's even worse.
Blackheart ported over Kong and Ms. Marvel. Kong charged, and Ms. Marvel got placed next to him, and they both just went.
No, Blackheart can port over Ghost Rider and Kong, and then Ms. Marvel follows. Oh no, because it's not a free action,
not a move,
right?
It's place.
That's right.
Well, no, doesn't Kong, if it's a Ms. Marvel says she's a power action, right?
He can get Ghost Rider and Kong, and then Ms. Marvel follows them. Yep. It's a move. It's not a move. It's bigger alpha. It's a bigger alpha strike.
Yeah.
But you're still bound by actions.
Yes.
And that was the problem.
Holy, yeah. Dude, if you get 5 actions in a 300-point game, like, that's money.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Mr. Booth, round 2.
Round 2.
Anyways, go ahead,
All right. So round 2 is where we're calling it shenanigans occurred because there were so many people we were reporting the rounds 2 because round 2 I got to play my teammate Roland.
Okay.
So the fun thing about when you play against teammates is they kind of know how your team works and they kind of know how you play, and it's fucking fun to play against each other. It's not like we do that every fucking Sunday. Oh wait, we do. Right?
Sarcasm.
You come all the way
strong,
to Los
mate.
Angeles to play Roland.
Dude, no. Dude, you guys didn't play round 1. I don't want to hear you complain.
Oh, kiss my ass.
Suck my dick.
Now, to be fair, the reason is because you guys are both so damn well practiced that you just rolled your opponent your first round.
Yes, we both rolled our opponent and got 300 points.
So it's your
you both won. Sorry.
Too good.
Yeah, we get punished for getting 300 points, but there was 5 people. He was like,
sorry,
5 other people.
Opponents, I'm being mean, but
right, and it fucking happens. I get it. I'm being sarcastic, but
so he
whatever.
Went 8 figures? Is my math be mathing?
Yeah, he went deep with figs.
Dude, that's wild. So he was not scared of Kong.
No, he had a really good team, and a lot of people didn't see what it did, because the whole purpose of it is that Dark Phoenix will let Genesis attack 4 times in a turn because she's a brute, or she has one of the keywords that Dark Phoenix feeds off. I think it's brute, right?
It's brute.
Right? Yeah. So she charges flurries, and then Dark Phoenix moves, make her attack for a 3rd time. Other Dark Phoenix moves, make her attack for a 4th time, and he can get her up to a really high attack value, and she does a solid 4 damage. The problem with that is I knew that, right? And
wait. So how does she flurry again? I'm not seeing that.
She has flurry.
She has charged
flurry. Precision strike.
Yeah, and she does that by herself.
Okay.
And then the Phoenix makes her do a single attack.
Okay.
And then the other Phoenix makers do another single attack. So she attacks 4 times in a turn.
Okay. I thought you were flurrying 4 times. I misheard you. I apologize.
4 attack. So I knew that, and Roland knows my team. So
I'm like, it's only a 10 attack, 11 support. No, 11. Yeah, 11.
Right. Yeah. So he has ways of making it bigger. Okay.
Sure.
So, because he has 2 perplexes on the team, don't forget.
So most you can be is at 13?
13, yeah. And he has Hangman. So you Hangman, and you get 2 Porter perplexes. Bam,
he's not getting any bigger than 13.
Correct. And that's pretty good for 35-point character.
Sure.
Right? So that was the catch, but other people didn't know what else he did, which was he was able to move the entire team and get in your face really quick and early and beat you up right in front of your starting area, right? Well, against me, he knew I knew that, and he knew what my team did.
Because Dark Phoenix moves, she carries.
Genesis carries.
Yeah, and then she attacks.
Correct. All right, you figured it out. Good job.
Hey.
So
can I go to Heroclix College?
Yes, you can go to Heroclix College.
Yes, thank you so much.
Against me, he goes, well, and we're just talking out our game at this point because we fucking know each other, right?
For sure.
Well, he's either I defense up or I go, come hit me. And he said, come hit me. And I went, okay. And now I have to make a choice. Do I go after him with Carnage Silver Surfer with trick arrows, or do I go after him with Kong? Well, Carnage Silver Surfer with trick arrows makes 3 attacks. I'm going to wipe as much as your team as I can, because my philosophy is if I'm going to throw 50 points out there, I want to get as close to 100 points as I can, right? To kind of tilt tip the scales in my favor. So I went out, killed some guys. I got like 80 something points, 85 points really early on, right? He kills Carnage Silver Surfer, right? And we just kind of went back and forth. Eventually, time is called, and I have 145 points. Roland has 145 points.
Oh.
Right?
Oh, shit.
And you guys do a roll-off?
And we went to a roll-off. Right?
Damn.
But that's what happens when 2 players know their teams that well. Right? Now, game, right?
Excuse me. At least you guys had points.
We did.
Dude, that was almost half points. Like, kudos to both of you guys. It wasn't just I'm gonna sit there and jerk each other off.
Yeah, that's not how we roll.
Oh, excuse me.
So, he beat me in the roll, and then the third round goes, and I'm going to let Clay talk about the third round.
Oh, is that when you guys played each other?
Yes,
we played each
other. Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Bless you.
So then it was Majestix Podcast round.
So I think Patrick won the roll off. Took me to.
I did not.
No?
I did not. Nope.
You did not? All right. Well, so why are you having me if I can't remember anything?
Because I want to see what you remember.
Okay, I clearly don't remember much. I must have let you. I chose to go first then.
Correct.
I guess. Okay.
And I put you on my big map, which is the racer map.
Yeah.
Speed Racer. Thank you, Scott Porter.
I was just. I don't know what was wrong with me, but I screwed up in my placement. I thought for some reason I had both Kongs next to Blackheart, and I didn't. And so I planned to go and alpha or attack him with 2 Kongs, and only to realize that I can't do that because Blackheart's not adjacent to both of them. And so, but I still kind of stupidly decided to follow through and ran Scott Porter across, and cleared out some of the blocking that he had set up as an impediment. Quaked with Kong. I think I hit something, but
you hit white shirt to his last click.
Yeah, which made it worse. So it was just it was a mess of a game. From there basically then he came over and what did you kill Kong and white shirt or something, and then I decided
Kong, white shirt.
Then I decided to run the rest of my team over, and you just kind of kept picking them off. And so it was one of these learning experiences. Where I realized, hey, I really can't just keep just run into the Gatling gun of his team, and I can't overextend. I need to.
So how far did you move out, Clay? What map did you go to real fast? Sorry.
Racer's Motors.
So the long map, right?
Yes.
Okay, so how far did you move out?
Which one of us? Clay or me?
Patrick moved out 4 squares, and so then I moved all the way across the map to counter that.
You didn't think he could get you?
I didn't realize that, yes, he could hit me. I thought he could hit me probably harder than I was too worried that he was going to alpha and kill my whole team. I think that in retrospect, I realized hey, his team is actually very close combat focused. It's going and overextending to get the first attack was not worth it.
Okay. Yeah.
So
Patrick, tell us how the game actually went.
So I think the one thing you didn't realize is that my team was dual focused, right? I could either go range with Carnage Silver Surfer, or I could do close combat with Kong. And if someone went up a little bit, like they staged, you'd get both. And that's just kind of how the team went. I was prepared to play against multiple Kong teams because of what was being played, and I had my pre set up for either side of the map depending on what side you put me on, right? And I tried to make it where that if a double Kong came against me, where that he'd only get 1, maybe 2 attacks off against my team, and I was going to body block with Kong to protect the people that I wanted to make sure that didn't get hit, right? And then used Mern to put you within range of whatever you thought you were going to get so that you weren't getting your modifications. That was the whole purpose of the team. On one side of the map, I could extend close to 6+ squares out and be safe. On the other side of the map, I could only go out about 4 squares and still be safe. For this strategy, Clay you messed up your setup, which was fine. You kind of tried to recover from that, and that's fine. He came out, he realized oh crap, I'm gonna have to fire hydrant away some stuff so I can quake. You quaked me my Scott Porter onto his last click, which I was like, what the fuck does Scott Porter's last click do, white shirt? We don't fucking ever get to this shit.
It's got regen, motherfucker.
Yeah, he's got regen that heals everyone else around him. And this is the turn that Hangman popped up. So I went, fucking A, I'll Hangman a guy because Scott Porter's going to heal him. And I'll use Black Shirt to heal Kong the one click that he took. Woo! Right?
Gotta get smart.
Yeah, it's just kind of how it fucking rolled. And it was like, all right, you're going to hit me, but I'm going to kill your Kong. I'm going to kill your White Shirt. Then you decided to mollywop my card in Silver Surfer after that. But then I believe I caught your Blackheart, and that sealed the deal because it was 125 plus points to the 50 that you had, and we're like, game show, and we were done.
Yeah.
Yeah, Racer Motors is not a map to fuck around on, especially if you do not know how to play on it. There's a lot of indoor blocking that if you preset yourself on, you can set some traps.
We talked about this.
Yeah.
We talked about. I remember you talking about this, and you're just like, yeah, if you move up, it's like hard to get in, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And you just all you have to do is pre-plan for the map. And
so Clay, what side did you start on? 1 or 1, 2?
For this game, I started on the bottom.
Yeah.
So where did you move up to?
The end of the blocking.
Like 13, 14?
Yeah, he moved to about 13.
To the right of the vertical blocking strip there.
Like
so 13, 14, HIJ?
It was L.
So I was in L and M.
Oh, okay.
Yep. And Patrick was over in like, square 4 or 5 of A and B.
No, it was 4, 5, A, B, and C. Yep.
Right in there.
And then what I did is I put a brown terrain marker across 7, A, B, and C, and then put some barrier up in that C, D, and change.
I felt like he could get to you.
Yeah, I can totally get to him, and then like I said,
like he can, half my team. You moved up so he could get to you so easy.
Yeah, but the thing is,
I leave half my team behind to do correct. So. That's the problem.
Right. If he's coming at me, he's only getting 1 attack, maybe 2 at most.
Yeah. No, just.
And that's that was my.
Because second round, where'd you move up to? Like 17, 18?
Oh, for our second time we played.
Yeah.
I put the brown across 14, A, B, and C.
We flipped 14. It. Yeah. I decided to at least go on the opposite side of the map for round 2.
Yeah, and
we're getting ahead of ourselves. Do you want to? There was a round 4.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead. Go to round 4. But Booth, you guys both finished your round 3 against each other. You're happy?
Yeah. Pat whooped me. It was good. I learned.
The thing that I learned from Clay, though, I always say every time I play against Clay, I learned something new. Was that when Kongs punch a piece of brown terrain, they generate brown terrain, and then you use someone else to blow up the generated brown terrain to get 4 fucking tokens on a mid's tomb to start on round 1. That's fucking nice.
So it sounds just a bunch of brown going around.
Yeah.
So round 4, Mr. Wood.
Yeah, so I played Ben round 4, and he had a great team. So he played something similar to what Alyssa has played before. With
this
Camo.
Make finals. How the fuck did you play him round 4?
Because I now had a loss, and so it was going to come down to he or I would make the cut.
Okay, that seems weird, but okay.
All right, so Ben had Camo, Wonder Woman.
Yeah, it's Alyssa's team.
Yeah, so it's a great team. I went to Morlock Tunnels. He came up. He kind of forgot that Camo had super strength, and so he overextended his White Shirt to use the fire hydrant to knock away some of the blocking that I had set up.
Sure.
He got in with Camo. He wasn't able to kill my Kong though.
Nope.
And so
just one attack.
That again, I kind of just like used Blackheart to just kind of like skip past Camo because why punch Camo and started.
But he can quake the whole team.
Yeah, start attacking his back line, and It's a lot to punch through. This is where I actually screwed up. I knocked Wonder Woman onto her last click, and the poison card was up, and I could have just poisoned her to death, and I forgot about it. And so now she would have revived, but
that made me sad, Clay.
Yeah. So and then he was able to go, and he actually killed one of my Scott Porters. He kind of went after Ghost Rider with camo. And this is where he kind of screwed up. He could have gone after my other Porter, which would have really hurt me. I was able to Quake him again, Pulse Wave him and Quake him. And I managed to, like, in the last action, kill his Wonder Woman. So it was like, and now in doing so, I knocked APOC and Genesis, or one of them, onto their stop click, which KO'd the Sinestro ring from Scott Porter. So if I had not killed Wonder Woman in this last attack,
was it from the Pulse Wave or the knockback?
The Pulse Wave. I killed her from the knockback.
So you already hit them and then knocked him. Then they hit him again with the Pulse Wave. So you hit them twice.
Something like that. I think I Pulse Waved and then Quaked or something like that. So I Pulse Waved, which KO'd my object, and then I Quaked. And if I hadn't killed Wonder Woman, he would have won because he would have been 35. It would have been 35 to 25. But instead, I killed Wonder Woman and went to 50 to 75 to 35, and barely won. But it's such a good team. This team is so underrated. Like,
I was gonna say, did he not Soul Sword?
He did. He played everything well.
Because like this is Brandon's team, except for the Wonder Woman.
It came down to dice. Like, this team this team should be played more. It's a really, really good team.
Like I said, it's Brandon's team, except for Wonder Woman instead of Cap.
I think
Wonder Moss instead of,
Wonder Woman is a better choice than Cap. I'm sure Brandon is probably like screaming at me like what an idiot I am, but honestly, I think Wonder Woman makes camo unkillable.
So testing wise, like if you ignore Cap, on this team, he is coming in and swinging for 7 damage minimum. If you don't touch him. Because he's going to get a blade to 7.
I am so underwhelmed by Cap. I just kill Cap first every single game that I ever play, and I don't think I've ever.
What's going to happen? Camo's going to murder you because you spent your attacks on Cap. Because if he gets his rollout,
when I go after everybody else, I don't know. There's no point in fighting Camo.
Because Cap gets a rollout. Well, I guess Wonder Woman gets a rollout too, but I don't know. I like Wonder Woman. I like Cap.
She's way harder to kill. Like, she makes Camo impossible. You can throw Camo across the other side of the map, and he's unkillable, unless you have a Arachnite with a Soul Sword or something like that, or sorry, a Muramasa Blade. Like, it's really hard to kill.
Yeah.
I think the only thing I would change with this team is, like, I think that Khonshu on Camo instead of Muramasa Blade.
Took the words out of my mouth.
Yeah, because like no,
100%.
Camo already has blades, so he doesn't need blades from it.
And dude, Killmonger's still annoying as hell.
And then Khonshu gives you prob, so you can throw him across the map and be confident you're going to land a hit. It gives him stealth. He runs through blocking and destroys it and creates his own, hindering terrain.
Because that was the number one issue with Brandon that would screw him, is that he would run out there. He'd have his one prob with Porter, right? If he can carry Genesis carry out.
Yep.
Hope you get the prob. But dude, if he misses, Khonshu changes the game for prob.
Absolutely.
So dumb.
Yep.
I love it. Not Porter dumb. Like that's stupid. But it's very good. It's worth the 10 points on every team.
Yeah. So anyways, I barely got into the top 8, and it was a last roll situation, and I got lucky as hell.
So what seed were you? So you barely got in as a 3 and 1?
Barely got it. Yep.
Really? Okay. All right.
Patrick, how did your 4th game go?
So I got to play against Tobias. And I have to say, I have to give
this guy's always playing spicy stuff.
I have to give. Oh, got to give a lot of credit to Mr. Tobias. I said I was going to call them out and be like, you guys did really good. And that guy said he played something. I was going to say what his team was and tell it sucked. Well, you know what? You just suck regardless. I don't remember what your team is.
Is he from Tepache? No.
They're from somewhere in that shitty state we call California. I told you I was going to throw some shade at you boys. Thank you for starting to listen to us. Hopefully,
I'm gonna go get a drink while you're talking shit about us.
I was like, hey, if that's what it takes to listen to the podcast, go ahead and hate California, friends.
There you go.
We're still the best of the West, but it's all right.
You know what? I'm glad you believe your own shit. So his team, I have to give him credit, but at the same time, I'm gonna say, bro, you played my alternate team, and the best person. I was like,
this is cookie cutter detective, like Joseph's team, right?
Close. Right, but it's pretty much.
It's a modern team. It's Joseph's team.
Yeah, I'm sure I don't know what Joseph's team exactly is, but I was just saying it's like every detective team that would play today, whether it was his or Jackson's, was really close to each other. It was either you had Mern or you didn't have fucking Mern on your team, right? You either knew what the new tech was or you didn't know what the new tech was, right?
Where's this?
I don't know. You're fucking looking it up, apparently.
I am. It's bugging me.
Okay, good for you. That's
good for you, mate.
Gross.
Yeah, let's see.
So, regardless.
Pretty close.
No, it's double shaggy on this team, bro. This is fucking different.
Okay, so Commissioner. Mildly different. Mildly.
So, regardless. Detectives that are part of a theme team are stupid because all of the the case files are dope as shit. The problem is, again, this was another game where I went, hey man, you're putting me on Morlock Tunnels. Do you know what Mern does? Yeah, I'm okay with that. Okay, let's play this game. Right. The difference, though, is in this game, I learned that instead of putting my Kython on Kong, I'm going to put it on Blackheart because I learned that from Clay in the game before. Because having the extra fucking range is dope as shit.
Makes a difference.
It makes a fucking difference, especially when I'm not going, oh, Kong's always taking 1 damage for doing stupid shit. Well, Blackheart really doesn't take actions.
Yep.
So I said, fuck it.
And to be fair, it's actually Anthony, I think, who started doing this first. And Anthony, so kudos to Anthony for playing.
Kudos to the person that was the grandfather that invented this move. Thank you very much. So
your daddy, bitch.
I did again what I did against Richard. I moved out the 4 to 5 fucking squares at the beginning of that, and I said,
because you're on a long map, right?
Yep, we're on a long map. We're on fucking tunnels. Let's do this. He decided to do the detective shuffle to build up tokens for Mitt, and I went, okay. He put some barriers out. He's like, no, Patrick can't get me. And I went, bet, bitch.
Who's your daddy, bitch?
I port 6 out with Kong and Carnage Silver Surfer, and I use Kong to charge Quake and blow the front off of the same area on the other side of the map. And I jacked up Carnage Silver Surfer's range by 2. So we had a range of 5, and I started to proceed to just shoot through the fucking ground.
With Surfer, like, that's so dirty.
I have a 14 attack value with a 5 range with my hypersonic speed.
Yep.
And triple target. I could only target 3 guys on his team, though, because of Mern. And it was Hawkeye, because he's a spy. White shirt because he has every fucking keyword, no demand, and Prime Prime Batman because he's cosmic. Right?
Booyah, bitch!
Ooh, bitch! And I shoot and I drop a too dangerous on him. I dropped a Quake on him. By the end of all these were done, Hawkeye was dead. Batman was dead. Commissioner Gordon was dead. Shaggy's hurt. Right? White shirt's dead. Like, majority of his team is gone, right? Most people at this point would have just gone scoop, right? Like this fucking went south, right? And I would not have blamed him if he did that, but Tobias is a better person than that and played it out with me, and he caught me off guard on one thing. I don't play enough against detectives, so I don't know what all their case files do, and I learned that 3 case files totally add 3 damage to the fucking damage of players when it comes to Amidst Tomb if you're in debris token.
Oh, what's that?
6.
So +1 damage, sure.
Yep. String of cat burglaries adds if you target someone with
okay, 2
terrain, right? And if you have close combat
expert, equipped characters, sure.
Right? And like, oh, and I have a close combat guy with fucking what was it? World's Finest he had. And I was like, oh shit, he just slapped my guy for 7. And you watch my Carnage Surfer or explode. Right?
Yeah.
So I went, well, I mean, I got like close to 200 points. Fuck this. We'll just keep playing. Right? We just went back and forth, and it was a really, really good game. But he was already so past tilt that without like a miracle happening, there was no way of coming back because the following turn, Shaggy was dead. The turn after that, Blackshirt's dead. And by the time we were said and done, all he had left was a World's Finest on their last click and a Scrappy. And it's like, well, it's game show, boys.
So, Patrick.
Yo.
You have told me an amazing story of your Swiss. Like, epic journey of you just destroying everyone.
Yep. How the fuck did I lose the clay?
You didn't win, bro. What happened?
So
did you guys play in top 8 again?
We did.
Yeah, so we got paired.
Yeah.
Right on topic.
Like, dude, if anything, you are a beautiful storyteller.
Thank you.
Like, you've painted a beautiful story of your dominance of this tournament because you went 4-0. Did anyone else go 4-0?
I didn't go 4-0. I went 3-1 because of the tie with Roland.
That's right. Wait, you lost to Roland in the tie.
Because of the die roll. Yep.
Okay.
So technically you could say I went 3-0-1.
Sure. But you did 3-1. But all right. Like, you dominated. And both you, Clay, dominated. So all right. So rematch between you two.
Patrick dominated. I barely made it in.
I did not. Clay.
Yeah.
Clay, maybe you're playing the team wrong.
Very possible. Yeah.
So,
like, if everything's dead, you don't need case files.
you're not
like,
wrong.
If everything is dead because you've quaked the shit out of them, you don't need to fill up your mystery cards.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, if I was a dick, I would have just pulled away from Tobias. But there's no need to. Let's just keep fucking playing.
Perspective, right? Perspective. That's all I'm asking you to take a look at. If everything's dead, you don't need your case files.
Yeah.
But if it makes you feel better to get those extra 10 points.
Yeah. You know, sometimes you just want to play, right?
Honestly, I'm just jealous that I didn't get to play, and I just want to talk some shit to Clay right now.
No, I like I said, I would rather that I play at the pace that I am comfortable with and force my, I do better when my opponent overextends rather than when I overextend.
Oh, dude, no, 100% strategy. It's a strategy. I get it. No, 100%.
Yeah.
Mental games. It's a thing.
So now
top 4 or top 8, excuse me.
Top 8, yeah.
I don't remember who won map roll, but we
did
the same. Okay, I won again. I won a lot of map rolls. Good for me. We went back to the same racer motors. I flipped the map on him. I think
so you have racer motors like yours too?
No. He won that. He ran roll.
And Clay said he wants to go first.
Clay says, I want to go first. I go, fuck it. I'm putting you back on Racer Motors. Let's do this. Right? It worked once. Let's see if it works again.
Okay. And this is long map. Okay.
So I think that me going on the top did work better.
So you said you moved out to this bottom corner?
That's where he did it the first time, yes.
What about round 2?
So I did not move out at all in my first round.
You did.
Patrick moved into the...
You did move out. You moved out
you're
your
right,
Kongs.
I did. I moved out the Kongs slightly, right? But
do you want me to tell this story?
Patrick, go ahead.
Sure.
Fucking Clay. God damn it.
So he's drunk, folks. He's drunk. It's okay.
Hey, we still love it. Hey, you deserve it. You deserve it, Clay.
Right. So Clay's like, all right, fuck it. If I'm gonna lose, I'm gonna put you on and you put me on the same map. We're gonna play at least on different sides. I'm like, all right, cool, let's do this. And I'm cocky and I'm like, Clay, I'm gonna fucking show you that this map works for the second time, because Clay was talking shit to me about this map last time, and I had to show it to him. Because even if I lost, which I eventually did, right? I went, but I showed you the map worked. Right? So Clay, first turn, pulled out his monkeys and kind of blew up some brown to build up a mitt.
Oh, well, hey, guys, this is a family show, not make a family show. Clay, you're good, right?
What?
He pulled out his monkey.
His monkeys. He doesn't have 2 of them. Get out of here, you weirdo. So I said, all right, cool. I'm going, now that I've learned from Clay, now I have a fucking, Blackheart deck in port 6. Right, I'm gonna take advantage of this. I put my brown across ABC 14. Right, I'm gonna put Kong in BC 15 to 16, and I'm gonna put everyone behind him so that if he charges over somehow, he has to get through a brown. He has to get through the brown in front of Kong, right? And he's maybe going to make 1 or 2 attacks.
Sure.
Right, and I put barrier with white shirt Scott across F and G 17 and 18, something like in that area, so that he couldn't flank. Right?
Yep.
Because you got to remember that this map is an indoor map, and Colossals can't see over brown.
So he's kind of all in the corner. He's kind of in between the 2 horizontal blocking strips and kind of to the left of the big thing, right in there. Yep.
Right over here, yeah.
Yep.
Because my plan is this: either Clay's going to come out at me, and he's going to get in my face, and we're going to start swinging, and all my whole team's going to be in his face versus his 1 or 2 monkeys.
Click on the map, Jeff.
Boop. Oh, shit.
Yeah. So it's either he's
Clay,
in my
you're
face,
too good, sir. Thank you.
With both
I apologize for any indiscretions I've made against you.
Or my Blackheart's going to port everything that's important, Kong and Carnage Surfer, to 12J and come at his whole team. Right? So it's Clay's fucking choice at this point. Right? I set up, I make some perplexes, we're good to go. Right? I believe Hangman popped up at this turn too. Which wasn't really fucking important for you or I, whatever. I think I did it to Genesis because I could, and you did it to someone because you could, and we were like,
so Booth, I saw Hangman was on yours.
Yeah.
Is it on yours too, Clay?
Yeah.
So what do you feel the benefit is to that?
Because if you have a black shirt, you're getting +1 to everything for costing you nothing.
What do you mean +1 to everything?
Because Hangman says you take a point of damage, unavoidable damage.
Sure.
And you get +1 to all stats. Well, that happens before the beginning of the turn, right? It's the very first thing you do. Then black shirt kicks in and heals it off.
Okay.
Yep. Really good with Kong.
Okay. Very good with Kong. See it. I see it. I hear what you're doing. Okay.
So I said, all right, let's fucking do this. Well,
it's so dumb.
Clay having a smaller team than I did was a benefit because he took his Black Heart, he ports out, he takes both Kongs and puts them like around like the 9 CDEF area. Yep. And goes, well, I'm going to charge that first piece of brown, and punches a hole through it. And I said, great, I knew you were going to do that. Then he charges through, picks up the brown, and slaps me on the head with my Kong on it. And I went, great, you had I bumped up Mern's range. So I went, take one more step further to hit anyone that's not Kong, and you ain't getting any pluses, right? Because of the giant wreath. I said, so either you're going to just hit Kong, or you're going to not have any pluses. That's your choice. It was like, okay, cool. Hits Kong. I don't make impervious. I get put on my stop click.
Damn.
Second Kong comes out, charges. I believe then you hit my Kong again. I made impervious. You made me fucking reroll, you dick. and I've fucking missed it. Well, right.
So you're saying if Black Shirt Porter wasn't in the game,
Black Shirt Porter, good, right?
If Black Shirt Porter wasn't in the game, because hey, he can say, hey, you can re-roll any roll in the game, because that's stupid.
So then I believe you stepped up further and tried to swing, but you missed because Mern said no pluses.
Yeah, so now at that point, Kong was dead, right? So
Kong was dead, and my plan was the worst case scenario. I'm giving up my 50-point Kong, but everything of yours is now within range of Carnage Silver Surfer, who's going to make 3 fucking attacks and probably kill 3 things, or set it up so that one of the Kongs, if not both, are also going to die because my whole fucking team outside of Kong is sitting in this 17, 18, row, somewhere between A and like E, and they're just all just like looking at 2 monkeys drooling, going, "You're fucked, buddy," right? Well, I port Black Heart over, carries Carnage. I triple target. I go, I need a 6.
You need a 7.
No, I had a 14 attack, I thought.
But I was 21s?
Yeah, because it was 21s on, I think the worst thing I needed was...
You needed a 7, I'm pretty sure. I don't know how, I can't remember what this
I thought I needed 6s and I kept rolling 5s. Whatever it was, I was missing by 1, and it was a very achievable number. We're going to call it that. All right, whether I needed 6s and I rolled 5s, or I needed 7s and I rolled 6s. Regardless.
Seems like one of those potato arguments.
Yeah, you had 2 probs, I had 1, and just couldn't fucking make it work.
Yeah.
Right? And then my team attacks his Kongs, and I get him on one of them on their last click, and then dummy me goes, well, I'm gonna pulse wave and kill that Kong, and I fucking forgot that pulse wave doesn't get through the reducers on stop clicks, and I went, there's my mistake. Right.
So okay, backtrack. What would you have done differently that could have changed the game?
So the one thing I could have done differently,
like if you didn't shit the bed, what would you have done?
I would have targeted the Kongs just themselves instead of trying to catch Blackheart and a Porter, because I knew I had to get rid of Black Shirt.
Okay.
Because that was being a pain in the ass. So I sent out the Carnage Silver to go after the one of the Scots and Blackheart, and I got a little greedy. Right? Instead of just going, I'm just going to shoot the monkeys in front of me and just go, Mern's in there, the best you have. I think I reduced your defense by 2 with both my perplexes. So you had 16s, and just beat into the monkeys and try and kill at least one of them and like put the other one down. Because he wouldn't get any pluses to his.
You can't be positively modified. So
yeah.
Okay, so this is this is a little bit of an argument that I saw on one of the rules, and I'm not sure there was a discernible answer upon it. Maybe one of you two can answer it.
Okay.
But just you can't positively modify mean you can have 2 negatives and 2 positives, and you're still at a negative.
Yeah.
Or you have 3 negatives and 2 positives, and you're still at a negative, -1.
Yeah, so this was the question that I had before the event was, is it still technically considered positively modifying a combat value, right? If it meant to just equal out the score. Because I'm not positively modifying, meaning like to go above and beyond, but I am technically positively modifying. I'm adding a +1. Regardless of how that plus is used, it's still a plus, right? It's still a positive.
That's how I view it. Every
modifier is applied individually. You don't add up the sum and then then apply the trait to the difference.
Correct.
It's any positives are avoided.
Correct.
Okay. Yeah. And that's how they rolled at the tournament.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that would probably be the big difference that I would have done. Was like, okay, ignored because I only had really one rule when I played this team, was that you acid arrow Kong and you kill the porters. Right? That was like the two things that I was living by with every game I played. Right? And it just that second one kind of bit me in the butt.
And
but you know
Clay just pushed your
proverbial shit.
This thing came down to whether or not Patrick could roll a 7 or not, and he couldn't. Yeah. So I won. But like the other thing that I think you could have done, Patrick, was I think you could have used Genesis to run your Merg over closer to my Scott Porters and void out all of their combat values, and then you would have hit.
Yes, like it was either ignore the monkeys, right, is what you're saying, and go after the support, like follow the rule that I did, right, instead of trying to manage the entire team, focus a little bit better, I think is what we're both saying, whether it was go after the monkeys like I'm saying, or you're saying
you wanted everything and you kind of got greedy and and you got nothing.
Yep, and you know what? That's kind of like how I played the team all day, and it was working out really well. And that's I think piloting the team for the first time, that's the one thing that I've learned from it is just it's the team is designed as a point seesaw. I'm going to kill points, but I always want mine to be more than yours, but I don't have to go for the entire wagon. Just start taking off of it until it's all gone.
So in other words, don't get greedy.
Pretty much.
Sounds like a good name for the podcast.
Yeah.
Making it easy on me. All right, so since Mr. Booth, you got so defeated in the top 8.
Wow.
Clay, tell us how you dominated.
Yeah, so
in the 4th round.
My next game was actually against Jacob, who, interestingly enough, was also, he upset Richard to move on. So we were both the upsets.
All right, so I saw. All right, Clay, don't tell me you're an upset, please, because you're not. Like that team was slotted to win. Like, oh, it's okay. So
well, if you look at the seed,
the event,
I upset. Yeah. Anyways,
so the Avengers theme team was like a big surprise to me to see it, because it had a Falcon with a Warlock, which without a Genesis kind of threw me off, because I don't even think that works. But like shape change is cool. But I like it. It's similar to what I've been kind of tweaking with maybe a Wong version, but a little different. But dude, he made top 4 with this Avengers team. Like, that's awesome.
It sounded like he and Richard were really, really neck and neck. And he just kind of like won, on the last action type of thing.
Okay.
I mean, it's a really good Alpha Strike, right? Like, he's got Falcon to mobilize Captain America. He's got, Ms. Marvel follows Spider-Man around. That's a lot of attacks that he can make on turn 2. Unfortunately for him, he has all small maps.
Yeah.
I won the roll off, and I said, I'm going to go first. And it kind of was downhill from there.
Because
two Kongs in the face. That's...
Dude. It's rough, but the Spider-Man Ms. Marvel combo, like, I've been on board with since I saw Paul play it.
Oh, it's great!
At the event, like, that's solid combo. Like, that's
especially if you play Ms. Marvel as an Avenger. So then the keyword that she picks can be the blue ring, right, or the blue Lantern Core.
Yeah. So after the fact, she gets it for free.
So she can generate constructs for free.
So here's a fun little thing that
she doesn't get it for free, but she can generate the constructs as a free action.
I got you. One thing we've been doing kind of at the warehouse is that we'll pick Mystical and we'll give her Chthon.
Ah, that's cool.
So when she flurries, she's dealing that extra damage, right? She takes the
that's
one.
Great. Yeah, I like that.
So I'm not sure if there's a paywall anymore, but that may be behind it. So, dude, like, super kudos to Jacob. I'm not sure if I bet you, but Dude, the Avengers team is very cool. I like it.
He was super excited. I mean, he was thrilled that he made top 4, and I think this was one of the first times that he has, and so he was.
Dude, it's impressive.
He was very happy, and I think he learned a lot from the tournament, and one of which is always bring a long map.
Always bring a long map until they all rotate out.
Yeah,
dude. So, all right. So, is it Keep It Long? A good name for the podcast too.
Keep it long and not greedy.
Keep it, yeah. It's like, don't be greedy or keep it long. Like, I don't know which way to go.
Long and greedy. Gross.
Done. Sold. So that's your top 4, and then in the finals.
So then in the finals, I played Jackson, and now Jackson.
Hold on.
Okay.
Can I correct you? It's Jackson Cole Smith. Just to be clear, Jackson Cole Smith. Go ahead. Continue, sir.
I played Jackson Cole Smith.
Dude, I appreciate, dude, Clay. I appreciate you as a human so much. Thank you.
Jackson had won
Cole
every
Smith.
game of at that point, and was totally undefeated.
Okay, so he was undefeated in Swiss.
Yes.
Yes. So why don't you bring up his team? So he was playing Hawkeye, Mern, going pretty much all in on, kind of the Mern with the range. He was using world's finest as his close.
What does this remind you of?
Josepha's team?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this is probably the template for which many of the Mern teams that we see in the next few months will follow, to be honest. Because I think Hawkeye and Mern is very, very good.
Too good.
So I fully expected him to roll me, and so my strategy was like put him on a short map and just run up and base him on turn 1 and let's see what happens.
Okay.
Now I cheated. We
kind of shoot through
we made a mistake. Yeah, but still, like having 2 Kongs in your face is tough to deal with. So here's what happened though. Like I made a mistake, and I think that this was probably a big advantage for me that we should have rectified, but we didn't because I think we were both tired. But Jackson flipped his tarot card and to go first, and then we realized neither of us had picked team abilities with Scott Porter.
Oops.
And so now the tarot card that flipped over was the stealth one. And so we should have said, we should shuffle up the tarot deck and pick again. But we decided to keep playing it. And I'm like, you have Batman team ability. I'll pick Batman team ability. And now I get to warp over with 3 of my characters. And that was unfair. We should have undone that. And so that's on me that, I feel bad about that. Now,
no.
But that being said, I can still get 4 of my team right in his face on turn 1.
I love that you are using the Batman TA with that tarot card, because that's a team that Ryder and I kind of built to use. Is we're gonna wildcard Batman TA and then we're gonna port over.
Yeah.
And then
that's what Jackson was doing. I just cheated and stole it from him.
So no, but I find it hilarious that someone else is doing that with the tarot card, because Ryder and I had a trick with that with one of his teams that we were playing with, and he's like, "This works, right?" Like he's like, "This works, right?" I was like, "Yes." They're like, "Dude."
Yeah, but I shouldn't have known that was going to be the card that was flipped. You see what I'm saying?
No. I 100% understand what happened.
So,
and
so anyways, that's on me. I apologize, and it's unfair. So we hopefully we'll get a rematch in the future.
I feel like this phrase very lucky. Very lucky.
That I won, even regardless.
Just how things went, right? Like it
was totally. I really.
You said it was unfair, so I'm saying you're lucky how things played out.
I expected him to roll me, and so I'm just like, you know what? I'm just going to go and base his whole team. I actually screwed up, and I could have brought over the traffic barrel, but did not. And so he actually was able to use like Batman Prime's phasing teleport to reposition a little bit of his team. That actually may have hurt him. He did it so that, because I positioned in a way in which one of my Kongs wasn't within the 4 squares of Myrn. So he moved him around that put both of the Kongs close to Myrn. Mm-hmm. He screwed up, in his opinion, and decided to go for, he killed my Ghost Rider. He got Kong onto his last click, but couldn't finish him off. I think I hit a lucky imperv.
Looking at Jackson's team.
But if he had ignored Kong and gone, if he had killed White Shirt Porter and a Kong, or if he had killed White Shirt and Ghost Rider, I think it would have been a different game. But because he didn't kill White Shirt, I just kept pulse waving his team until he was off the combat reflexes, and then I was able to like quake him to death with Kong.
So my experience playing the team that you played, if someone comes up and kills Ghost Rider, I'm down a character, and guess what? You're not.
Well, I'm down leadership.
Dude, those 3 attacks still deal so much damage.
But what's funny is I just brought out Absorbing Man, and Absorbing Man turned into my leadership.
Oh, so
that's a thing.
So this is post turn 4, correct, Clay?
Yeah.
Okay, because I'm
like turn 3, or I can't remember. But
no, it can't happen earlier than turn 3 unless you move the Absorbing Man markers. Because if Absorbing Man comes in, I had a couple
turns with Absorbing Man. I think I might have moved him once or twice. Yeah.
So I'm just, whatever happened, I'm just saying 3 turns is the earliest you can get Absorbing Man in without interference.
And you don't get to choose with Absorbing Man.
You can't choose leadership. You can't choose powers the turn he comes in.
Correct.
Because the beginning of your turn.
I did not pick at the turn he came in. And so
okay, I'm just clarifying for our listeners. You can't choose powers the turn he comes in. So that without interference on a small map, the earliest you can get leadership is turn 4.
I'm pretty sure I got him in on turn 3, and then I was able to use leadership.
So then you interfered with the tokens.
By that you mean I positioned my characters intelligently so that I could reposition the tokens. Yes.
100%. Yes. You interfered with the tokens and repositioned it. I'm speaking non-interaction with tokens.
You make it sound like interfere. Interfere has a negative connotation.
In your perspective.
From Jackson's perspective, I interfered with the tokens. From my perspective, I smartly
you interacted with the tokens.
Interacted with them. Yeah, there you go. Interact. That's a good word.
All right, yes. I'll agree with you. Interact is 100% a better word. So you interacted with the tokens to move them forward. Okay.
So
much
Jackson,
respect. Kudos
Jackson
to you.
Did put he used the, I think, acid arrow on Kong, but also he wasn't able to finish off Kong. He kind of got greedy too and wanted to kill Ghost Rider instead of focusing on Kong. Got Kong to his last click, but couldn't finish him off. And it was the Kong that could steal energy and regen. And so, it was kind of downhill from there.
So my biggest critique of Jackson is he always plays very loose.
I think in this case, he just, look, Myrn is brand new.
Like you said, no, you agreed with me because you said he got greedy. Like Jackson always plays loose.
No, I know, but I'm saying, I think that, if we were to play again, he learned a lot of stuff. I had the advantage of Kong being out longer than Myrn, and so he's learned a ton of stuff.
Dude, no, I think Clay, I agree with you. Hindsight is 20/20 100% of the time. But I'm saying first interaction going in.
Yeah.
Loose.
But I think the
interaction is loose.
I think he
and I think Jackson is I'm not speaking ill of Jackson. I say Jackson is an excellent player, and I've seen him perform. But if he tightens his game up a little bit, he's not going to get second place. He will consistently get first place if he tightens his game up. As you said, he doesn't get greedy. So if him not getting greedy changes his game.
The way I look at it is Myrn is brand new. People are still tweaking, learning, and I think that in a month, yes, Myrn teams will have an advantage over Kong.
Sure.
It's not going to be like 100% win rate, but I think there is an advantage there. And so I think Jackson's going to win this most of the time. My guess is honestly Jackson just wasn't expecting me to run over and base his whole team, and that's something that I think you have to plan for.
Clay, most of the time doesn't matter. I'm talking about in-game tournament play. Like if you get put on tilt and you play lose, you're gonna lose. But I'm saying Jackson can be potentially like a consistent winner if he tightens his game up.
Jackson is a consistent winner. He's a really, really good player, and
dude.
I know. Like I said, he had won the whole rest of this day.
Dude, no.
Really managed to even.
I'm not arguing Jackson's not a great player. I'm saying he's not winning consistently. Like I haven't seen him win events consistently. Have you? Tell me what events he's won. Like I'm gonna double down on this.
I mean, I think he's just
because I've seen Jackson play over the years, and I know how he plays.
He plays a good bit online, but yeah, I mean,
I know I haven't seen him win though.
Okay, I think he's played a little bit less. He won a few of the Bronze Age tournaments when he was playing.
No, he has, but he was playing like the Jasons, right? And that shit's overwhelming if you don't know what it is. So like he found a good team, but did he win with that? The same team that he won his events with in the Invitational? He was out day one.
Jackson was consistently making top 4, and I think that is a mark of a good player, not necessarily winning every tournament.
I'm just saying he could tighten his game up.
Sure, but so can I. Like, so I'm not going to cast stones. Like, I probably am the opposite. I overthink everything. I wish I was able to.
We
play
said
more
that earlier. We said you could play faster.
Yeah, so I'm saying, like you can't play loose and play. And overthink everything.
Have you met Patrick Yapoko? Are you serious? dude, when that man was at the top, he doesn't play clicks now, but when he was at the top of his game,
Patrick's a great player,
dude.
There's no doubt.
Right?
Thank you. A lot of this comes down to like picking teams, playing them more frequent. If there's a player who there's 2 players that really come to mind in terms of that really blow my mind at how adeptly they play their teams, and it's Lucas and Joe Safa. Like they are both amazing. It's like watching them is just unbelievable because it's just a reaction. Everything's a reaction. And so if you have the opportunity, watch their games. Like they are both so good at what they do.
No, dude, I understand.
I aspire to be those both of them.
Respect.
Yeah, like Joe Safa and Detectives is unbelievable. It's just astounding to watch him because everything is just automatic.
It's like watching Monet paint his artwork, right? It's just beautiful artwork, right?
He just knows how the game's going to go even before it starts. It's crazy, but even more so because he just knows he has every one of those mystery cards memorized.
Oh, dude, the mystery cards make a difference.
Huge difference, yeah.
Dude, no, like trust, like if you can remember all the triggers for the mystery cards, it's a different game because just a little bonuses, a little bit of bonus. You're like, oh, you can't do that. You're like, what, why? And you're like, oh, and then then your opponent's on tilt. Yep. And then another little thing puts them on tilt. And then you're like, oh, I hit you for a bajillion damage. Okay.
Yep.
So,
I mean, I think the other thing where I enjoy a little bit of an advantage is I have a good endurance. Like I play better later in the day rather than earlier in the day for what it's, And it makes a difference in these longer tournaments.
So, Clay, I'm going to tell you that's the first time that I've ever heard you say that.
It's hard. Usually, I'm not saying that it's hard, but I'm just saying I think that like everybody.
Usually, you're telling me by the end of the day, you're like, I'm done, I'm tired.
No, it's true. I am. I'm exhausted, but I know everybody's worse off than I am.
Okay, because I'm going to piggyback on that, and like when we played in Bakersfield, remember when we played in Bakersfield?
Yep.
And it was 100 degrees. Dude, like my top 8 matches. So I was like, let's go. Like I'm ready. I told my opponent, I was like, I have all the energy in the world. Like I was ready to play. And like, dude, it got to what's his name? Richard. I'm like Richard, do you want to play, man? Like I'm ready to go. And we play 2 turns. He's like, I'm done. Because he's like, I'm done, But like specifically speaking back to Yopoko, dude,
he had an unbelievable endurance. There's no doubt.
He instilled in me, if you can have the endurance, if you can have the mental fortitude to play for 13 hours, to play, not hang out, play for 13 hours.
Yep.
You'll be fine.
Yeah. I think that it comes down to like everybody's making mistakes, and if you can make a couple less than your opponent, then you're in really good shape.
Dude,
because nobody's really making mistakes at the beginning of the game or the beginning of the tournament.
And if you are, you're losing and you're already lost, so you're not going to play them. That's
right. But the end of the tournament, everybody's tired, and whoever has a little, I think having a longer endurance is a big advantage.
Oh, dude, we've talked about this for years. Like, if you can have the mental fortitude to last through the rounds and still be like cognitively with it in top 8, top 4, dude, the finals, dude, you will win.
I mean, I'll tell you, like when we did the break, I ran out, I grabbed like a chicken sandwich. I felt so much better after coming back. I'm like, I feel great. I'm ready to go another few rounds. And I think that was all the difference in the world between like the start of the game, the start of the tournament versus the end. And games were very close. Like I'm not trying to diminish from you at all, Patrick. I think our game totally came down to whether or not you could roll. But I think I played much better the second game than the first.
So like I'm the opposite of you.
I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention too much by that time, but I know I was like tired.
So there you go.
So Clay, I'm the opposite. Like if I eat, I will go down. That's why I'm like, remember, like I'm like, I'll go with you guys, but I won't eat. Like I'm good.
Oh man, yeah. I am like, I'm like Popeye getting a can of spinach. It's like, all right, I'm ready to go.
Give me a Coke Zero. I'm good to go.
No, I need protein, man. Protein.
Dude, I'm gonna go to sleep. Dude, I guess, if I eat and I'm full, I'm like, oh, I'm so tired. So that was your finals match, right? Against Jackson.
So that was the finals, yeah. I feel like, I won. I feel like every game was so close. And like I honestly I snuck in to first place rather than like, I wouldn't say I dominated any game. Every game was so close. All my opponents were so good.
You're so kind. You're so kind. So kind to patronize Patrick like that.
No, I mean, Patrick may have dominated everybody else. I did not. I barely snuck through. So.
Dude, no. Like I'm so proud of you both. Like I'm jealous I wasn't there. For the reason I wasn't there was my son was promoting the Friday before in the evening, like early afternoon, evening. Then my father's birthday was that Saturday, the day of the event. So he wanted to come down and hang out with us. And we only get so many of those. So I take the opportunity when I can, right?
Totally.
But dude, trust me, I'll be there to crush you guys the next time. Don't worry.
Looking forward to it.
Oh, dude, please. Hey, if not, maybe you guys will be coming up to me and we'll be doing another event.
I don't know. You're gonna find that weapon.
Yeah, when are you gonna? We need more tournaments, Jeff. Give us tournaments.
Hopefully I'll be having some in the next couple months. If it's not bronze, it'll be modern. If not modern, it'll be bronze. So keep your travel plans available, friends, and come check out the West Coast.
Yay!
You sound so enthusiastic, Patrick.
Next time, that's
next week. Yeah. So like Clay, I know you're so excited. I know.
I can't wait, man. Anything but next phase. Ugh.
He's hot and horny for it, boys.
Hold on. Time out. Hold your thoughts, friends. I'll be right back.
Uh-oh.
I think this is where we have a bathroom break.
The bathroom break? What are you talking about? I'm shitting my pants right now, just in anticipation for what I'm assuming he's going to pull out. I don't know, boys. I feel like it's going to be something special.
I think we're just going to have to edit all this out. So Jeff's going to edit all this out.
Edit it out?
Yeah.
No, this is great. This is great empty space right now that's happening. Because if you ever know anything about
the bathroom too. Why don't you keep talking? Oh, Jeff's back. All right.
Ah, damn it, he came back.
He is fast. He's really fast.
I'm like a rabbit.
Kevin.
Clay, where's yours? Come on, show him. Show him. Patrick, where's yours?
Hold on, I'll grab mine.
Do you have one? Oh,
robot, right?
Oh, shit.
Robot, it counts, right?
Dang. I have the Funko Pop over there.
I mean, I got this one, too.
I just want to thank Lucas for winning, was it Silver Worlds? So I could have a good deal on one. Dude, Homeboy hooked it up because I didn't pay much more than I paid for like Mephisto or Thanos, so it didn't hurt too bad.
All right, good for you,
dude. I know
Lucas. What a guy! What a guy, Lucas.
Dude, I was about to buy it the night before. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna sleep on it. If it's still there in the morning, and this man dropped it by $90.
I mean,
you were just like, purchase.
Hey,
yeah,
so
Lucas has a lot of stuff to sell right at the moment.
Lucas, top G.
All right, 5 minutes. Let's talk about time. What is it? Timebreaker.
So what?
From where? Enlighten me. Pretend like I don't play Heroclix.
Yeah.
I might be too drunk.
Maybe too drunk.
No, I actually am right.
Timebreaker. From what set?
Timebreaker is the new piece that's has all the rage, all the meta excitement in the new
meta excitement. What the fuck is that shit?
Bystander, prob. Okay, how do we pop them out?
So there is a bystander, but there's also a common.
But how we pop
016. You guys are way out of it if you're not. All right, I guess we'll have to save this for discussion for next time.
All right. Hey, so Clay, just perspective. Today is May 21st. So like the set pre-release is the 12th. Set doesn't drop till the 26th. So like 7 days after that, it's not legal. I don't have to worry about it until then. Like,
but Jeff, what is your plan to get 20 time breakers? Because that's what everybody else is saying.
20 time breakers? What the fuck?
So, what happens is, like, Trolling Tool drops a bunch of commons for dirt cheap. So, like, I just gotta watch it for when it happens. Cool stuff, same thing.
All right.
Then I buy them all up, and then I charge everyone a lot more.
Okay. I think time breakers might be the most expensive common that we've seen in a long time.
All right, so
based on the buzz, but we'll have to come back to this. You guys can read up on it. And
so wait, you said 006?
016.
106?
016. Yes, 16.
Why don't you say 16? Why are you trying to confuse me, man? I get it. You had a few drinks. You don't have to be so eccentric, Clay. All right, calm down, bro. All right. So since Clay is all hyped up on this guy, said he's going to be a $15 common, free. This is calling more workers, dude. It sounds like what I need to do. Free. If another friendly character has not activated the same effect, generate a 016 time breaker on click 1. Well, guess what, friends? They only have a click 1. So that's pretty easy. Clay, you want to pronunciate that for me, mate?
Panopticron.
Cool. Excursion platform. Power. Choose an adjacent character. Place that character up to X squares away from their current square, where X is the number of time breakers and bystander time breakers adjacent to that character. So they're autonomous. That's cool. I like the autonomousness. 5 points. 5 times 16 is Clay. How much? 15? 14?
75.
So 75 points of time breakers.
Oh, sorry, 5 times 15. Sorry, what do you want? 5 times 5? 25.
Well, if you're one square out and you only need to go to square 15.
But you have to be adjacent to all of them, so.
All of them? Choose an adjacent character from their current square where X is numbered adjacent to that character. So so why is this so good then?
I think it's because, my understanding and listening to other people be excited about this, it's the fact that you can quite easily have 8 next to you, because 8 is only 40 points, which is cheaper than Blackheart.
Sure.
And that allows you to go 8 squares. Blackheart by default is only 5, right? They're autonomous, so you can do that a lot without having an issue with your action economy. They all have side
you can just move, you can just power action move everyone adjacent and then go, right? Because those actions don't count for your total. Dude, that's crazy.
That's right. But even more so, they have sidestep. And so you can do this on most of your team.
But I'm getting 8 adjacent is kind of hard when you only have sidestep 2. They're going to have to take costed actions.
So what it sounds like is we're all very glad that missed minutes isn't a thing anymore.
But then on top of that, but you have Kong and these multi-base characters which can have more than 8 adjacent to them.
Yes.
And then they do continue to generate more of themselves. So people are very excited about this. I look at it and I'm like, man, Kong will love to eat all of these guys alive.
I was like, are you familiar with the Rube Goldberg machine?
Yes.
I feel like that's what these are.
Yeah.
So it's a machine that does an elaborate trick to do a simple task.
Yes.
Right, a Rube Goldberg machine. Patrick, are you familiar with this?
Sure,
I've watched plenty of shows before that have Rube Goldberg machines, especially Pee Wee Herman. So I understand this.
Fall into the Rube Goldberg machine, but playing a bunch of these, and Kong's gonna come over and be like, "Yummy cockroach."
I think the counter to that would be you can very easily,
dude.
In which it body blocks and shields your team, because
guess what? Karn Silver Surfer comes over with Mern. Karn Silver Surfer comes over with Mern, kills 3. Okay, I kill another 3. Oh wait, I have the 3rd attack because Patrick said so. I kill another 3.
Yeah,
it's 9 dead.
All right. Well, let's pause here for tonight. I think.
Clay, did I just burst your bubble? Discussion. I'm sorry.
No, I am totally with you. Everyone else in the community seems to be very excited about this. I was hoping you guys would be the enthusiastic counterexample to my
okay.
Skeptic.
So Clay, you're on board with me then, right?
We're all skeptics. So I think we all need to we put on our creative hat and come up with some time-breaking ideas for next week.
I'll say this. Clay, it's a cool idea. The problem is the average player can't do it because there's a lot of management going on. And in a game where more management equals more mistakes, most people should not do this.
But won't it be fun to have 20 time breakers on your team and it only costs you 100 points? And you can
hold on. Here's my face for you.
So Clay, I just want to preface with you and Patrick is I love being wrong. You want to know why? Because I'm not wrong very often. I'm gonna be super arrogant about this. I'll triple dog down.
The Uber Meta players are very excited about this piece. Definitely keep an eye out for it.
Oh no, I'm gonna buy up a ton. Trust me.
Yeah,
but I don't think it's gonna be competitive.
We will see. I'm curious to see what people pull off with it. I'm very skeptical as well, but people in the community are very, very excited about this piece. So we'll see what comes of it. And I look forward to being proven.
Don't happen often.
We'll see.
All right. Let's wrap it up, and we'll do the real set review next week.
Until next time, don't forget to practice roll your dice, guys. Take it easy.
Good night.
Good night.
Shake it, Cali. West Coast.